Is my money backed by gold? Well, sit here until the very end of this video and I'll make sure you have the full understanding of how all that works. Is your money still backed by gold? I heard about that gold standard situation. Each one of these USD dollars, these are United States dollars. If each one of these is backed by gold, then these are so cool. That's why everybody loves the moolah. Well, basically, let me tell you, there was a guy named President Roosevelt. Yeah, he took us off of the gold standard back in 1971. So the question, is your money still backed by gold, is an age-old question that people have wondered due to just a slight understanding in history. So basically, we left the gold standard because gold is a very volatile asset. So one day the US may be worth this much money, and then the next day the US is only worth this much money. So it felt like it was too volatile, and it took away the ability for the US to make enough currency for its people. So that's basically how inflation ended up taking place. They said there wasn't enough money out there for the people, so they printed more money, and I guess so they switched over from the gold standard to what they call fiat money, which is a money that is valuable because the government says it's valuable and the people must take it as value. So it's just an untangible amount of money. That's what this is. This is fiat money. This is money that just the government says is valuable, so it is valuable. It is not backed by any metal or anything. It's only backed by the U.S. government. So I guess that is something to back it up because they not playing. So yeah, we left the gold standard in 1971. What do you guys think in the comments? Do you think it was a good idea to leave the gold standard, or do you guys think it was a bad idea to leave the gold standard? I think that it's hard, man, because imagine if we wouldn't have left the gold standard. What you would have to do in order to not leave the gold standard would go against everything that Americans know is freedom of speech, right? So freedom of speech, freedom of life, freedom of business. It wouldn't work in a system of capitalism, right? It doesn't work to have money backed by gold, because let's say that I want to raise my prices to $5, right? But no one has that $5 around. It would force me to lower my prices in a way that I feel like people would be unhappy with, which is more likely why it happened. They said it was causing it to be difficult to keep people employed because there wasn't money to give them, because there was only $1 attached to each piece of gold. So there wasn't enough money to give to people. So people were going unemployed, not working, money wasn't flowing. And basically the economy goes down and crashes during recessions. There's less money. So they were unable to sustain the people. So that's why we left the gold standard. If we were still on the gold standard, things would probably still be 50 cents, 25 cents, $1, a quarter each. You know what I'm saying? And that would be cool. But people wouldn't feel abundant. I think one of the larger reasons why money has to go up each year is because people get used to having something, and in order to feel like you have something, you got to have more of it. So, either you give people more, or you print more and make it look like they have more until they don't know that they don't have any more, and you have inflation. And everyone feels like they're a millionaire, but $1 million will be $100,000 one day, and $100,000 will be $1,000, and but our great grandkids will see $100,000 and be like, oh, my grandpa used to talk about $100,000. Look at all this money I have, and they'll feel successful and keep on working and keep the world moving, and everything will keep on working, and that's beautiful. So I say that's a good way for that to go. Probably, right? Doesn't everybody want to have money? That's what the goal is. So yeah, we are not technically on a gold standard. I actually do wonder what other countries are on gold standard, or how the other countries, if they're all on fiat currencies as well. USD has been one of the best and long-lasting currencies. I think there's only 5 other currencies lasting as valuable and as long as USD, US currency, U.S. dollar currency, has lasted. So that's a pretty beautiful thing, to be a part of a country, or be in a country that has one of the most flourishing money in the world, man. There's these dollars, which is I feel like it's definitely some dirty game in there, but there's the dollar in some places is $10,000, $2,000, So it's pretty interesting to see the power of money. They're coming up with new currencies. They're coming up with BRIC. They're coming up with, all that. I think I'm pretty excited to see how BRIC turns out. Most currency doesn't work within the first 5 years. Just like most businesses, just like most anything. There are a lot of influential countries who are trying to get on board with this. So, it might be a situation that works out well, but it's interesting. I wonder how many BRIC I'd get for this here ounce of gold. Let's say that we switched over from USD to BRIC in some areas. What if this was 20 BRIC or 100 BRIC or 1,000 BRIC? I wonder, right? It's actually pretty interesting to think about how that all would play out. But I feel like if BRIC is in spite of the U.S. and they might not back it with gold, right? It might not be gold strong. Who knows? It might be a different asset that they have more access to strong. Who knows? It's all going to be interesting to see. The best part about it is all the things that are going down, all the recessions they speak of, all the problems. I still have this. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, so the question is, are we still on the gold standard? No, we are not. We got off of the gold standard in 1971. Thank you, President Roosevelt.